9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin.
In the city of Philly, where the birds take flight, Eagle swag on the rise each and every night. Tone and Markus got the scoop ready to ignite. From the lanes of South Street to the Broad Street lights, dashing like a running back, hitting every play. Fly guys in the zone, never led astray. Talking touchdowns, talking game day. Huddle around the mic, hear what they gotta say. I like an eagle soaring in the sky. Tone and Markus always standing by, bringing their heat, call it do or die. Philly squad, hear the battle cry. Fly like an eagle soars in the sky. Tone and Markus always standing by, bringing their heat, call it do or die. Philly squad, hear the battle cry.
Bald Eagles Podcast, Black Friday edition. What's going on, Tone?
Big Markus. First and foremost, man. Welcome to the show, y'all. We appreciate y'all for being here. Y'all know how we give it up. Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know the energy. Y'all know where our baldies be. You feel what I'm saying? Sir. I feel good, Markus. I feel good. I slept pretty well. Ate good yesterday, Eagles, Bears, Black Friday edition, like you said, big game. A lot of football happened yesterday. A lot of football happened that directly correlates to the Eagles' path to the playoffs and throughout the NFC. But nonetheless, man, I feel good. I feel good about this game. We talked about it very briefly off air. But before we get too deep into the nitty-gritty when it comes to this Philadelphia Eagles team who's been giving us aneurysms throughout the season. How was your Thanksgiving, man? You sent me a couple pics and videos, man, about when it came to that brisket, and I feel some kind of way. I'm trying not to take it personal because you my man, you my OG. I lean on you a lot, but I feel like you violated me. So just walk me through your holiday, walk me through your Thanksgiving, walk me through the spread. Just try not to hurt my feelings while you at it, though.
Let me just say this: everything was great. The brisket came out phenomenal.
Hold on,
Mike cooked the turkey. The turkey was on point.
Stop right there. Wait, you said that brisket came out what?
Phenomenal.
And to the touch, I lied to y'all not. That bitch to the touch.
Check out my
my God.
Twitter page. I always listen. You would be like 15th to 16th on the list for brisket, because everybody wants my brisket, dog.
See, that's not even cool. That's not even cool, man.
I'm just keeping it real with you, man. The brisket is in demand. Listen, let me be honest with you. Before I started Pro Fan Talk and all the stuff I do now, I was seriously thinking about doing like a cooking channel, straight barbecue, because that's all I do. My problem is it's just me, and I just literally I don't have enough time in the day to do it. But I have thought about it many times. So shout out to my mom if she's listening. I used to be heavy into the Food Network rotation when they had the barbecue pit wars and all that kind of stuff. And I used to watch that stuff religiously. And my mom got tired of me talking about it. And then one Christmas, my mom, being the QVC queen that she is, bought me like one of them little electric smokers, one of them little small cabinet joints, master built electric smoker. Ever since that, it was a wrap, bro. I was stuffing everything in there. And it just got from there to the point where I built my own, to the next part when my wife bought me my little master built 1050, the thing with an automatic temperature control and all that kind of stuff. So now I can put the brisket in and go to sleep. And heck, I couldn't even do that because I got a gravity feed. I'm getting into the weeds here, but a gravity feed.
I heard gravity.
Essentially think it like this. It's a chimney. You put the charcoal at the top, and at the bottom of the chimney, there's a grate. and then you light the charcoal from the bottom. And right on the side of the bottom where it holds up the charcoal, there is a opening that goes into the cook chamber. So when the charcoals are heated from the bottom, they're right next to the grate, and then the heat just goes into the heat chamber. That's a gravity feed. So as the charcoal burns up, as the charcoal burns, it drops because of gravity. Okay. That's why they call it a gravity feed. So what I do is I get wood chunks, hickory, oak, and I mix them in with the charcoal. And this particular time, one of my hickory chunks was a little too big, and it didn't drop. So I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning because my phone was going off, and my temperature in the smoker is supposed to be at 250, and it was down to 190. And I was like, what the hell is that?
It's a setback.
So I had to get in, get out, figure out what was going on. Then I had to get something to poke the charcoal and jostle it, and then once it dropped down, it was fine. So even when you get something that's supposed to be automatic and let you relax, when you barbecuing, bro, you never relax. Always, bro.
But as long as the family ate good, you say you had the whole spread, right? You said you had the turkey, right?
Yeah.
What else?
Wife cooked the turkey. Then we had smoked turkey breast. Wife macaroni and cheese, collard greens. Heck, we had everything. Couple sweet potatoes, 4 sweet potato pies. We had it covered. Potato salad. We had it covered, bro. We had it covered.
That's dope, man.
All
That's
good
dope.
and good, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Listen, I didn't cook this year, right? I'm not home. I live in Texas now. All my family's in Philly. So I've been down here for about a couple years. So for a couple years and some change. The first year we moved down here, I had cooked, did the whole spread for me and my wife. Then the second year, I flew back home to Philly. This year, I said, look, I ain't flying, I ain't cooking. But God would have it. My wife, homegirl, she did a lot of cooking. So we went over there, showed love, and she took care of us and everything. So it was cool.
That's what's up, man. There is no love lost when you get something catered.
At all, man. My
Getting
wife,
something catered
cooking.
is not. You get no disrespect from me because when you've been cooking long enough and you just don't feel like doing it. So,
and the thing is, she could cook. So, and I had her food before, so I was like, oh, she's cooking. Oh yeah,
solved. Let's go.
Problem solved. Hey, listen,
bring your bottle of wine, or maybe they want you to bring a dish.
She showed love. She showed love.
So, but it was good, man. And then my little man was over here, my little great grandson Roman. So we always get a chance to play. So that's always cool.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Well, guess what? These Eagles are going to have a chance to play, a chance to redeem themselves today at home, Lincoln Financial Field, Chicago Bears. Last time the Eagles played the Bears, it was 2022. That game was tougher than it should have been. It was
very cold, that game. I remember, and that's the game that Jalen got hurt.
Yeah, that was the game. Jalen Hurts, I think he fractured his clavicle or his collarbone, something like that. If
I remember correctly, it was 17 degrees. And our
in Chicago
line was killing them. Yeah, and we RPO'd them to death. And I was like, why do we RPO them? Why didn't we just hand the ball off?
Yeah, because we cooking them already.
Killing them.
And Jalen Hurts was throwing the ball well, nonetheless. Pushing the ball down the field. But it was one moment where he just scrambled out of the pocket, and he finished the game.
Tackle. He got landed. He got landed on funny.
Yeah, that's all it was, and he finished the game. But it was, he was downgraded for the rest of the year. He ain't come back until that final week against the Giants. Yep. So nonetheless, Eagles Bears today. This is a big game, I think, for both teams.
Absolutely.
I'm looking at the Bears right now, and they've been on a hell of a winning streak. The Bears have won. What is this? They've won 8 of their last 9, which is really, really good. The only team they've lost to is the Baltimore Ravens. But when you look at the teams they have beaten, it does give you a little cause to pause. They've done their job. They took care of business against the teams that they should have took care of business of, and it showed that this team is much better than they were last year, and they matured as well. Right? I think signs of a mature team is beating the teams you're supposed to beat.
Yeah, and also being in the Philadelphia area and understanding what Philly is like.
Mm-hmm.
Once we get out of our feelings of having lost to the Cowboys, then you really look at it and horrible game, bad play calling, blah, 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 whatever your particular reason is as to why we lost to the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get over the to the Cowboys part, and you look at the game and you say we gave this game away, mistakes, turnovers that we don't normally do, and you got to say it, Tone. I think you mentioned this last time. As much as we are not liking what Patullo's doing with the offense, we were still winning, and that's the bottom line. As bad as we look, we still winning. And like I said before, we still got what, 5 weeks? Still got 5 weeks to be better. Let's say they don't even get it. Let's say we ain't even clicking on all cylinders yet.
Mm-hmm.
Can we be better than we are now in 5 weeks? Not the best, but better.
It's
possible. Here's how I look at it, though. Here's my logic.
Okay.
If right now we're still doing what we got to do, if right now we're still losing games by our fault, if we're losing games like that, if we could just be better, I think we will approach being a head above everybody else. Not head and shoulders. That requires playing with consistency.
Mm-hmm.
But if the offense can just be better, I think we'll be okay. And I think better is a hell of a lot closer to being elite like we were last year.
There's not a single loss on the schedule where I say to myself, oh, damn, like
they got us.
That Giants loss, I still even feel like they gave that game away because in the halftime, going in halftime, it was only down, 4 points, something like that?
I agree.
3 points. So it wasn't like but then turnovers and missing just lack of execution. Like, nonetheless, though, Eagles 8-3, Bears 8-3.
Yep.
Yeah, Eagles 8-3, Bears 8-3. And I think Fanny said something pretty interesting here. She says, history teaches us that we can't always go about who they've beaten. And you're absolutely right about that. It's a week-to-week league. And, sometimes, at least for myself, I bring it up as just a way to tell the tale of the tape.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I think it's important to bring up their competition only because you're only as good as who you beat. And I think it still is a feather in the cap for them to have taken care of their business against teams who should be inferior to them. Because even last year, I thought the Bears were better than what they showed.
Absolutely.
I thought the Bears were way more talented than what they showed last year.
You know what? Caleb Williams is the reason 85 to 90% of the fans and the media should just shut the hell up. Because
he could play.
He can play.
He can definitely play.
But as much as he got eviscerated his first couple of years in Chicago, when everybody knew that the head coach, Eberflus, was not getting it done right, all of that stuff, the same situation. This is the same dude that y'all swore up and down couldn't play, and that y'all swore up and down that if it wasn't working this year, y'all might be looking, Chicago might be looking for another draft pick. But it just comes down to the same stuff. Just because we are in 2025 and it's still called the NFL, the recipe to get good players has not changed, especially when you're talking about the position of quarterback. Quarterbacks, I don't care how good they are, have to be developed. You have to give them time. Everybody knows that time your grandmama cooked you them cookies. And what happens when you take the cookies out of the oven too soon? They still warm, they still gooey, but they made you sick. You got to let them cook, and you got to let them finish. Nobody in this league anymore wants to take the time because all teams want it now. We are very impatient. Fans have selective amnesia, even here in Philly. And I like using Philly because Philly is like the ultimate microcosm of fandom.
And we also got to keep in mind that a lot of fans, like Philadelphia has been really dominant the past few years, and there's a lot of new fans too. So I lost you. But like there's a lot of new fans in Philadelphia that we have to keep in mind that it's just par for the course, right? When the team is doing well, more people care, more people want to watch, more people buy jerseys, more people start betting on them, and like it's just it's just the lay of the land and it comes with it. And then you sprinkle the fact that it's Philadelphia, like you said, it's a hard city to win in. It's a hard city to keep happy. It's the kind of city that's going to always hold you to the fire.
Let's separate that real quick. I will push back. It is not hard to win here. It's hard to satisfy the fans. It is not hard to win here. The degree of difficulty to win games is even across the league. Now you sprinkle a little bit. You sprinkle a little bit of plus and minus depending on who you got, who's already your quarterback, what your GM does, his history, things like that. But at the end of the day, it's not hard to win. Now, once the pieces get there, cultivating and keeping your culture and getting a winning franchise, that is the hard part. And I don't want people to confuse the two. We got all of our pieces in place trying to win. So I disagree. It's not hard to win here. It's just that when we don't, everybody got an answer as to why we didn't. And most of the time, those answers are not the obvious.
I see what you mean. I like how you frame that. I received that. You know, I think overall, though, when you think about the way the Eagles have played this year, very up and down, very Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, very two-faced. You feel what I'm saying? They've been a hard team to get a beat on emotionally.
That's it. It's hard to figure out why we're losing.
It's really difficult to figure out what's going on with this team right now.
And then once you figure it out, because again, it's obvious, at least to us.
And Occam's razor.
Sometimes then you mad. Why can't they see this if we see this?
Sometimes the simplest solution or the simplest answer is the right one.
Correct.
And the offensive line has been inconsistent. They've been better in pass protection. Let's give them that. They've been better in pass protection. I will give them that. Because I remember when the season first started, they was funny money there. But they got better in pass protection. But in run blocking, which is their strength, and you would think run blocking is easier for offensive linemen than pass pro, they haven't been able to get that together. And you know, run blocking, it's a lot of sequencing. What I mean by that is guys got to be in the right spot at the right time. Guys got to pull at the right time, hit the right guy. Guys got to double team a guy, then get to the second level at the right time. It's a lot of moving parts in the run game, probably a little more than in pass pro. And they haven't been able to get that right.
What was our best game as an offensive line?
Giants.
Right. How many yards did we rush for against the Giants?
Almost 200, like 2 something. No, I'm sorry. We rushed for
Saquon
like
had 150. Tank had 104.
We were like 250, yeah, something like that.
Yep. What was the difference in our offensive line against the Giants?
It was bullying them. It was push. They was getting pushed.
Personnel. Think personnel.
Oh well, Brett Toth was at center.
There you go.
That was the main difference.
The obvious answer is usually the right one.
Yeah. And Cam Jurgens just hasn't been good, and beyond good, he hasn't been healthy, and it's affecting his ability to be good.
Let me ask you this: how bad is the Giants' defensive line?
They're really good they're really good in the pass rush. They were always skeptical on run defense all year long.
Okay, that's fair. How bad have we been in run blocking?
So bad.
So you got the blind leading the blind.
Yeah,
but on this day,
we
had 250 plus yards rushing.
Yeah,
we had Brett Toth at center. Dickerson was at guard. We had Tyler and Lane. Lane's out. Fred's in. Tyler Steen's starting. Brett Toth needs to be in the middle, but let's see what they do with that. Dickerson, my line. So if we can get that lineup, I don't understand why we cannot run the ball today.
Yeah, I'm looking at Chicago's run defense, and I'm not saying that this is going to be the end-all be-all, because Dallas couldn't stop the run, and look what happened, right? So
still couldn't run.
So part of me doesn't even feel like it's even worth mentioning Chicago's ability to stop the run, but I know it matters. So right now, Chicago, when it comes to stopping the run, They're 30th in the league in opponent yards per rush. They're allowing over 5 yards a carry to running backs.
Okay.
And they're allowing 138.1 yards per game on the ground. That's 28th in the league.
Right.
So they are in the bottom 4 in 2 important categories when it comes to run defense. They cannot stop the run. They have not been able to do it. But today, I can't even look at the Eagles and say, oh, that's their end.
Thank you.
I can't.
It should be an obvious get right game with the run game.
It should be.
That's
the operative word, should be. But that hasn't been the narrative for the Eagles. Everything that should happen hasn't happened.
So here's the silver lining to me. When you look at the games we lost, we have not been dominated. We have not been soundly beaten. Every game you're looking at us. We're looking at ourselves like we let that one get away. We didn't do this. We didn't do that. We fumbled the ball. We had costly penalties. Every excuse in the world. In my opinion, that second half against Dallas was the Murphy's Law game plan. Everything that could have went wrong. And it went wrong when we were moving the ball.
Yeah, that was the annoying part. Every time they got to midfield or halfway, because they were moving the ball. Every time they crossed that middle field.
The if I'm not mistaken, the penalty when Devontae Smith caught that pass, and the penalty when
Dallas Goedert caught his.
Right. So so now that's 3. Dallas Goedert, Devontae Smith, and when Saquon fumbled. All 3 of those situations, I believe we would have been in the red zone or at least damn close. So that's 9 points. At least 9 points. So
honestly, to win that game, they didn't even need touchdowns. They needed field goals.
No, but exactly. And I'm looking at it from the standpoint of every time you have an opportunity to put points on the board, now let's do it. And we don't fumble the ball. We got it at least 3 points, possibly 7. We don't get the penalty, at least 3 points, possibly 7. So I look at it from that standpoint. Then I'm like, okay, in practice this week, you know what they talked about. You know what the conversation was. If you don't know, let me let you in on a little secret. They looked at that tape of the Cowboys game, and I'm gonna guess that they was fussing and cussing in the meeting sessions. Like, we did this to ourselves. We can't do this. We can't every time. How many times did they run the playback when Saquon fumbled? How many times did they run the playback when AJ jumped off sides? How many times did they run? How many times did Zach Bond look at that drop pick that would have basically sealed the game for us? How many times did they look at them and like, why did all of this happen this game? How many times, how many awesome interceptions has Zach Bond had? So
that was the easy
opportunities that we had to really dominate.
Right here. He threw it right to him.
It hit him dead in the hands. The opportunities we had to change the tone of this game and actually dominate the Cowboys in Dallas, and we dropped the ball. Yeah, literally and figuratively.
Yeah. So today, we won't. You're going up against the Bears team that's confident. They're 8-3. They're feeling better than ever. They believe in their quarterback. They know their defense is suspect nonetheless, but they're a team that's, I would say, they're coached pretty well. Ben Johnson has that offense playing pretty well. DeAndre Swift has kind of fallen out of favor. He's kind of fallen off a little bit these past few weeks for them. He started off strong, but kind of tailed off a little bit. But this Bears team, even in pass defense, they're not even one of the best teams when it comes to pass defense either. They're allowing quarterbacks to complete over 68% of their passes. That's 20th in the league. They're allowing quarterbacks to average over 7 yards per pass. That's 27th in the league. They're allowing 224 passing yards per game. That's 21st in the league. Their defense hasn't been the best. So this is a team that you should be able to pass on. You should be able to run on.
Correct.
Should. Should.
Got to play the game.
That's the word of the day, y'all. Should.
The only thing that concerns me today
Mhm.
is, for some reason, it just makes me think that, as fate would have it, C.J. Gardner-Johnson gonna get a shot on Jalen,
Mm.
and I don't want to see that because he gonna be head hunting.
Oh, for sure. He's motivated.
So
He's motivated for sure. Yeah.
Here's where I look at Kevin Patullo, and you got to say, okay, you got a former player that's going to be overzealous, because we all know how he is.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at this like, yo, this is double move city. This is double move city, because C.J. Gardner-Johnson is going to be headhunting.
He's a highly aggressive player for sure.
And we can use that to our advantage. This is you can't say Devontae Smith because he's not playing today, right?
No, he's playing.
He's playing?
Yeah, he's playing. He was a full practice participant yesterday.
That-
He's been dealing with the shoulder, chest, and an illness.
Yep.
So yeah. But now, how effective he'll be, that's the question. But I think they need to do what they did last week. Feed AJ. That offense was cooking with AJ. Like, everybody feeds off that.
Yeah.
Everybody was feeding off of it. When
And
AJ
guess
was
what?
eating, you saw Smitty getting his, and it's not impossible.
It's not.
The only thing about this team, about this offense that's really not clicking is Saquon Barkley. Because statistically, Jalen Hurts is having a great year.
Yeah, but it's funny because I hate when people say it like that, because that
I'm sorry, not Saquon. I'm not trying to say Saquon's not doing his job.
game.
I'm trying to bring it back to the offensive line.
Offensive line, yeah. But everybody says what you just said. I did that video about K. Adams and Wentworth, because they generically, it was very easy to tell that they haven't watched our games. What they've watched is highlights of our games. And I was upset because I'm like, Wentworth, you're one of the best offensive linemen in NFL history. And you dishing out comments talking about Saquon needs to run with speed and violence. I'm like,
Marcus, you know better.
Clearly, you have been watching the games.
Marcus, you know better. When these guys when these guys start getting checks from these large entities, they can't talk about can't talk about offensive line play. They got to talk about the stars. They got to talk about the skill position guys.
The fact of the matter is, they don't have enough time to watch film on all the games. They just don't.
But if you're offensive lineman, there's at least in my opinion, I've always felt like certain positions that you played, it requires a certain. There's just you're wired differently to watch the game.
Yeah, but I guess that's my point. He is. I've heard some of his commentary before, and like, I like Wentworth a lot. I like both of them, him and K. Adams. But it just struck me that what he said to me made no sense, because immediately I was like, clearly you have not watched the game. Clearly you're looking at your production notes that your team of researchers gave you with stats and yards per carry and stuff like that. You have not actually watched the game. You've only seen highlights. Because if you had actually watched the game, I do not believe that all of the experience that you have as an NFL offensive lineman, you could have watched that game and made the comments that you made. And that's the overall homework that you get from a lot of these people. That just follows the national narrative. And it's like, nah, ain't nothing wrong with Saquon. Ain't a damn thing wrong with Saquon. If you get him a hole, he can run through it. And what I'm hoping is that people are going to be reminded of that before the end of the season. Because he has not lost a step. It's just we're not blocking. We can't get off blocks. We can't hold blocks. And he's spinning and jump cutting and doing all of that stuff, making people miss just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Right. I agree with you, man. So I'm looking at the court. Yeah, they call my man JG Wentworth.
That was funny.
Oh my goodness, man. So, like, I mean, look, we're about 29 minutes, 30 minutes into the show. When you think about the way this Bears team, has played, and again, they have played well, how does this Eagles defense take advantage of them? How does this Eagles, because again, this Eagles defense has been playing well, even despite that loss. I think the Eagles defense has played well, especially over the past especially coming out of the bye week. What's your expectations from this Eagles defense coming into this game?
Same as always. I think Jalen Phillips is going to be a difference maker today. I think he can negate some of the elusiveness that Caleb Williams has. Don't get it twisted. Caleb Williams can get out of that pocket, and that joker can motor.
For sure.
So we got to keep contained on him. And I'm not saying anything that I haven't said for every game that we play. When we get our hands on the quarterback, or when we get our hands on the ball, come down with it.
Mm-hmm.
Finish it. That's what we got to do. Because just like in the Cowboys game, soon as Zach Bond dropped that pick, I was like, they're going to score. Because that was our opportunity to change it, and we didn't. And whenever you give somebody a second chance in the NFL, they're going to burn you. That's exactly what happened. So when we get these opportunities today on defense, get your hands on them, get them to the ground. Jalen Phillips, I'm looking at you. Jalen Carter, I'm looking at you. Nakobe Dean, keep that run game in check. Now that I've seen Nakobe Dean run with Jahmyr Gibbs, I ain't worried about nobody. Nobody. So we got some question marks, but I wanted Sidney Brown to start from the rip. So you got somebody that's physical, that can get to where he needs to get to, and you have somebody that's been in the rotation for the whole week of practice. He's not coming off the bench. He's not cold. He's not, I don't expect him to be a step slow like he was last week. You to help over the top. There was 2 plays that were completed, long plays, that if you are a step sooner, you get your hands on that ball and at least get a pass breakup.
Right.
But that one step, that half a second of thinking, or that half second delay of recognition, is the difference between incomplete and complete. That's the difference between points and no points. And we can't make those mistakes anymore. So he's got a week of practice. He'll be ready to go.
Yeah, this is his opportunity. Andrew McCluba is done for the year. Most likely he got surgery on that ankle, so we're not going to see him. Now the Bears, they got some guys back. Now I don't know if they're going to be active for the game, but let me just make sure I double check this real quick, because I think they got their cornerback Jalen Johnson back, and I think they got. Let me make sure I got this right here. All right, yeah, Jalen Johnson was activated off injured reserve, and he remains questionable on Friday's Week 13 game against the Eagles. Now I don't know if it's about the practice window. I don't know, but. And also Kyler Gordon, another corner, was activated as well, but they're both questionable coming off of injured reserve. Now, it's a short week. I don't know what the odds are that they play. They may not, but they were just activated off IR. Teams normally, the week normally guys are taken off IR. They normally give them another week and then they play. But those guys may be out there today. And Jalen Johnson is a really, really, really good corner. Really good. So we're going to find out as we get closer to game time, who the inactives are for both teams. I don't know if you saw Brenton Covey was activated as well. He was elevated to the practice squad.
I'm good with that.
I'm totally content with that. He should have been out there the moment they signed him back. One thing about Brenton Covey, he's never fun with that rock.
Nope. I had a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
4 weeks ago,
mm-hmm.
would we have been worried about a healthy Chicago Bears team?
4 weeks ago?
4 weeks ago.
Okay, what happened 4 weeks ago? Let me look at the schedule.
I'm asking that from the standpoint of
that's the bye week. So
the reason I say 4 weeks ago, I'm saying go back 4 weeks before Chicago had all these injuries. Whatever they're dealing with, just say Chicago had a strong team. Chicago, everybody's healthy for Chicago. 4 weeks ago, would we have been worried about them?
No. The funny thing about it is, I'm being honest with you, Chicago, out of all the playoff caliber teams that the Eagles were going to play coming out of that bye week, the Bears were the team I was worried about the least.
Right. And I'm saying it from the standpoint of, have we ever been worried about Chicago like that?
No.
Shout out to Tony Rock like that.
Nah. But again, won eight of the last 9 games. It's not even about. See, the thing is, and I think you understand this. It's not even about Chicago today. It's like when it comes to the Eagles, it's never about the other team for me. It's about them. But it's about the Eagles showing up and doing what they got to do. Because I know when the Eagles are doing their job, nobody fucking with them.
I say the same thing differently, but you're 100% correct.
Like it's never been about the opponent for me. Never has. Never has. But this season, because they've been so inconsistent, I'm thinking about opponents more than I would like.
Yes.
And I'm thinking about the Eagles in ways that I don't want to think about them more than
Rightfully
I would
so.
like. So this is the bed this is the bed they've made. And they, in my opinion, here's as far as my benefit of the doubt goes. When them playoffs start, I know a switch flips for that quarterback in that midnight green. There's one thing I do know. And I heard Chris Collinsworth say something over the past few days. And I don't know how much stock you put into it. I've always been funny about statements like this. And I've always been measured about them because I don't believe it wholeheartedly. I think it's weird to, let me just tell you what he said. He essentially said, I got to be honest with you. I got a feeling the Eagles are just pulling their punches to the playoff start. I think the Eagles are holding back that playbook until the playoff start. You know how he talks. And I've always been funny about narratives like that. Teams holding back while they're preparing for an opponent or holding back in season until they get to a certain point in the season. I've always been weary about that notion because I don't think teams go into any matchup trying to hold back or trying to reserve plays. I don't know. You tell me, you played the game before, but what's your thoughts on Chris Collinsworth's statement about the Eagles potentially just kind of playing possum until they get to the playoffs because they're so good and they know they could beat teams without even pulling out their whole, you know what I mean? So what's your thought?
I don't think the Eagles are doing that, but that is not a false statement. There have been teams in the past where they get in the playoffs and they dominate a team, and the losing team is like, yeah, they brought out some shit that we hadn't seen. They hadn't ran that play since, 2022. So there's some merit to that. But usually the way it manifests is you have some of the same plays that you just kind of reconfigure and make them look a different way. Start out in a different formation. You shift to something different. That is a real thing where you want to give your opponent something that they've never seen before, because all it takes is one mistake to get the 7 points you need or to get the lead that you need and to turn the momentum of a game. So it's not necessarily like you opened up the playbook. Hell, all it takes is one or two plays, one series or something like that. One series could be 4 plays. So there is merit to that. I just don't think the Eagles are doing it, because if the Eagles are doing it, I'm like, you mean to tell me we could have been doing this shit the whole year? So what I don't, we don't operate like that. And I would like to think that if we do come out with something that nobody's seen before or we haven't ran all year to catch somebody off guard, I believe that's possible. But it's also possible to run, 10 different plays or 10 different variations of the same play. I think that is what we do not do.
Yeah, and what I will say though, I will say that in particular when it comes to Jalen Hurts, obviously, September to December, September to early January, he's not taking too many risks. He's measured. He does exactly what's necessary to win that game. When the playoffs start, we have 9 playoff games in the docket when it comes to Jalen Hurts. He's 6-3 in the playoffs. Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP, 2-time NFC conference champion. We know what the resume is. He's been the kind of guy to unhook the trailer in the playoffs. He takes all the risk in the world. And when I say all the risk in the world, I'm not saying he's just being reckless, but he's a guy that understands the assignment more than most quarterbacks.
Agreed.
And knows how to pick his spots in the playoffs. Perfect example, the Super Bowl. They was slinging it in the first half, had that big lead, then third quarter came. and he drops back, and he had no hesitation about running because he understood that at the end of the day, possession, first downs, points. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Just keep moving the chains. Keep gutting them. You see it, take it. Don't waste no time. Just you see it, take it. Because you know this is the last game of the year. Ain't nobody care about stats. Just take it. Guys just trying to win the game at that point. And that's what and that's the playoffs. You just want to win the game. Nobody's worrying about the numbers. Nobody's worrying about production. Guys just want to win the game and move on. Win in advance. Win in advance. And Jalen Hurts understands that probably more than anybody.
I agree. He understands what the pressure is and what it means, especially here in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And
Cecil said something here. You know, let's go back to your point early on. When you take away the emotion, the Eagles are 8-3 with the way they've been playing right now.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
And they've beaten legit contenders.
Looking the way we're looking, and we 8-3.
They've beaten contenders. You can't take that from them.
Did you see the Packers-Lions game?
I didn't see the whole thing, but
in the middle of that game, I'm watching, and I tweeted, just a reminder, we beat both of them teams.
Both of them. And neither of those teams could score on us.
Correct. We beat both of them teams. For whatever Jordan Love did, he had a great game. We put the kibosh on him. Same thing with matter of fact, again, we didn't have a great offensive game against the Lions, but we kept Jared Goff in check. We kept Jahmyr Gibbs, running the ball, but when he caught that ball, he was doing his thing. But at the end of the day, we had more points than they did.
Yeah, and it's weirdly enough, Detroit it's crazy actually. Detroit is third in their division.
Dan Campbell need to get. I don't say he need to be fired, but he needs to go ahead and get an offensive coordinator and run his fourth down calling is costing them games.
They're 4-4 in the conference. They're 1-3 in their division.
Yeah,
they're 7-5 on the season.
Yep.
I wouldn't have thought Detroit had 5 losses this year, but what I've been saying even before the season started, I was like, yo, Detroit, they really not like that. They're explosive, they're shiny. You know what I'm saying? Detroit is like that. Detroit is like that used Ferrari that the used car salesman's trying to get you to buy. You came there for a reliable Toyota Camry, but then your kid's like, Dad, look at that red convertible. And you're like, listen, son, we came here for something reliable. Dad, please. And then the salesman is working his magic. And then somehow, some way, you leave with that convertible. And then as soon as you pull off that motherfucker. Matter of fact, I don't know if you're a Family Guy watcher.
Every now and then.
There's an episode of Family Guy where they went to the dealership to buy a reliable car because Lois needed a car. And the cars they saw were reliable. And then the salesman said, no, listen, we got this over here. We got a tank. We got this, we got that. You know what I mean? As soon as they drove off that fucking lot, them wheels came off. So the point is, like, Detroit, they're a team that can put up the numbers. They're a team that's going to excite you. They're going to excite you. But when you really zoom out, they haven't been playing well this year. They haven't been consistent this year. They've probably been more inconsistent than the Eagles. At least through the inconsistency, the Eagles know how to win football games. That's a skill. That's a real skill to know how to manage the game and win the game. And you're going up against tougher competition than anybody else that the Eagles are. So, you know what I mean? With all the stuff they make me uncomfortable with, this team just has a trait that most teams don't have. And I think they're the team that has the highest boom potential going into the playoffs.
We are at the point now, and it's never not this. But I bring it up now because the closer you get to the end of the season, when you are in playoff contention, it matters more. Beat the team in front of your face. That's all you got to do. Beat the team in front of your face. We're still the better team. We just don't play like it. So every week, you got to prove you're the better team.
Do you buy the whole Super Bowl run fatigue taking the effect on the offensive line narrative? Are you buying
No,
that?
I do not.
How come?
Because after a Super Bowl, if you can have a good game, you can have a bad game. Everybody that won a Super Bowl, why all of a sudden do you start playing worse? Why do you start playing badly?
Usually it's because, if that is the case, usually it's because you lost guys, because guys got paid,
That makes more sense.
that's the normal,
But
order
that
of
makes
events.
sense. You had a Pro Bowler that you had a Milt Williams. You win the Super Bowl, and then Will Williams gets a $110 million contract up in New England.
Mhm.
We're not going to match that.
Yeah, Josh Sweat, same thing.
Josh Sweat, the same thing. So you're losing that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But the thought of, because you won a Super Bowl, you got this black cloud of fatigue on you because you had to play 3 extra weeks of football, and you've had 3 months of rest.
Right.
All of a sudden, that doesn't make sense.
That's the part that I think some of those narratives are overrated.
It's all about the players you bring back.
It's all overrated to me, because at the end of the day, yeah, they played 3 extra games, but the Super Bowl was in February.
Correct.
They had March, April, May. Like, come on, what are we talking about? Like, to just chill. I can't buy some of that sometimes. A lot of the national narrative, they use that. They lean into these tropes.
Yeah.
But that's when you really think about it from a realistic standpoint. Like, if I don't know, how can I put this? Like, if
when was our Super Bowl? When's our first Super Bowl? 2017, right?
Yeah, 2017,
17,
2018,
18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
Mhm.
So we got 2 Super Bowl appearances in 6 years,
Yes.
technically.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. And 2 wins. Well, actually, 3 Super Bowl appearances in 6 years, 2 wins.
Is it? Well, no. So from 2017 to 2024.
Oh, you're not counting the one that they won.
No. I am. That's what I'm trying, because it gets weird because the season rolls into the new year.
Right.
That's
right.
why I'm getting confused. But
So-
essentially, it is 7 seasons.
Yeah, and they've been there 3 times. They won twice.
Three times. So when they won in 2017, and I don't remember, but what happened in 2018, 2019, and 2020?
That team was older.
Did we make the playoffs?
And they made the playoffs, especially they made it in 2018 for sure.
And we lost that game.
They beat the Bears off the joint.
2018. We lost that game the following year when Alshon Jeffrey dropped that ball.
Yeah, it went through his hands, and it was just anyway. Yeah.
Point is this: we got there, and little plays that happened prevented us from going back in 2018.
Because a lot of people believe that if they win that Saints game, they beat the Rams, and then a lot of people believe they beat the Patriots again.
So was that the first round of the playoffs?
The first round we was in a wild card. First round we beat the Bears off the double doink.
Okay, so we made the second round of the playoffs.
Made it to the division
we
round.
We lost going to the conference championship game. We lost that game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we went to the Super Bowl. Then we lost. We lost 1 game short of the conference championship. Then we got 2019. And I guess what I'm saying is, to your original question about what do I think about the fatigue after a Super Bowl, it doesn't exist. The only thing that exists is how good your team is. And how good your team is has more to do with the players that you gained and lost, other than some mythical fatigue factor.
Yeah, I agree with that, because 2019.
Ask the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah. Because they've been able to get back there many times, and they've lost guys, they brought guys back, developed guys, drafted well. It's not easy.
Addition by subtraction. They got rid of Tyreek Hill, and they went back again.
Yeah.
It's got more to do with the guys you got in the locker room, as opposed to some fatigue factor. Fatigue is a myth.
Yeah, I often agree with that. I often tend to agree with that notion. All right, so We're about 49 minutes into the show, 50 minutes into the show. Let's get into some predictions about this matchup. Let's get some bold predictions out the way. All right. Do you have any bold predictions for the defense? Eagles defense, that is.
I think Caleb Williams is going to make a mistake. Quinyon gets his hands on one today.
To your point about that, did you know Caleb Williams has 5 lost fumbles on the year?
I did not. I know he's fumbled a lot. I did not know he lost them.
He's lost 5. Make sure, yeah, he's lost 5.
He's a risk taker.
Mm-hmm.
He's a risk taker. I like it. And this is a weird thing. It doesn't bother me because I know what type of player he is. And I always go back to, y'all didn't say shit when Brett Favre used to do this.
Hey, man, now you're venturing into territory that I don't feel like getting into right now.
It's and the isms. Talk about it. So just all I'm saying is keep that energy. He winning games. He ain't going to win today, but yeah.
So you got Caleb throwing it. So you got Caleb throwing the INT to Quinyon's way.
Quinyon. We gonna get some some hands on it.
I got Jalen Phillips getting a strip sack.
You know what? Jalen Phillips is gonna be big in this game, but to me, that's not a bold prediction because he's been balling since he got.
That's
here.
a good point. That's a good point. All right. Let me remix that.
When you say bold, I'm thinking something unexpected.
I feel you. Okay. Let me remix that then. I think. No, I got one. Cooper DeJean comes down on the blitz and strip sacks Caleb Williams.
I like that.
Now that's bold.
That's bold.
Because they try not to blitz him too often.
Yeah, they do.
But when he does, I think Coop gets a strip sack.
I like this by Jarhead.
Covey gets a return punt for a TD in his first game back with the Eagles. I like that. That's interesting.
Like that.
That's like some myth, magic, and mysticism. I like that.
Covey is one of those dudes on your squad that everybody roots for.
Everybody like him.
He cool as hell.
Like the little engine that could. Everybody like him.
He cool as hell.
Committee love him. Hey, Covey. He love him, man. But yeah, I got Cooper DeJean getting a strip sack, and I got Jalen Carter leaving this game with 2 sacks.
Jalen Carter or Jalen Phillips?
Jalen Carter.
Okay.
I got Jalen Carter leaving this game with 2 sacks, and I got Cooper DeJean getting a strip sack on the blitz. All right. Now, offense. Bold predictions for the offense. You can say it. Saquon goes for 100 yards.
I want to, but every time I say that, man, I end up looking at this offensive line. I'm like, come on, man, y'all got to figure this out, bro. And you know what? To me, it all comes down to who they're gonna start at center.
Bro, you know Cam Jurgens is starting at center, man. You know he is.
Then I'm gonna put it on AJ. You know what? No. Dotson's gonna have a day today.
Really?
Han Dotson is gonna have a day today. What you thinking? He's the unexpected one.
Because he gets a lot of like 20+ yard catches. Like he's that guy. He's a
Jahan Dotson gets a touchdown today.
I like that.
A deep ball touchdown.
Ooh. I like that. Okay. All right. For me, Tank Bigsby takes it to the crib for a 20+ yard touchdown.
Everybody wants Tank Bigsby to get carries, man.
No, but what I'm trying to say is like when he does get an opportunity, I think he's going to take advantage of it.
No.
He's going to get runs. But I am of the belief that he needs more touches. I am of that belief.
Here's what frustrates me about that. And it's not about Tank Bigsby. It is the fact that the way he runs the ball. Now, this is me with my running back perspective on. Mm-hmm. The reason why Tank Bigsby has been so successful is because he's got a one-plant cut. He bounces out, he commits to it, he goes full tilt, and he gets what he gets. Why can't we schedule that? Why can't we schedule that with Saquon? Why can't we schedule that with Saquon?
I don't know, man.
That is something that you do in practice.
Wish I could tell you.
We know what they're going to do. We know they're going to pinch. Look to bounce it outside. You can even set up blocks for that to bring everybody inside. There's so many things you could do with that. Tank Bigsby is like, screw that. I'm out. Catch me if you can. And even most of the long runs, the big runs for Saquon this year, he's bounced it outside. Saquon is playing soldier because he's trying to hit the hole where it's supposed to go. He's trying to run the play the way it's meant to be run. So we'll see. But I want to see Tank get more carries too, because I know he'll bounce it outside. So let's make it happen. Okay. But if Tank is doing the same thing that he's been doing, and he has another 104-yard game because he keeps bouncing plays outside, to me, that looks good, but that's not a good look for our offensive line. But I'll take it.
Let me ask you a question. If, let's say the Eagles win, but they throw up a stinker offensively, do you think Howie and Jeffrey Lurie got to make a decision?
Depends on how they stink. Last week wasn't a stinker. Last week was shooting yourselves in the foot 3 or 4 times in the second half. The offense was moving. But when we got in the position to strike, we gave up the ghost. So if we are, let's get specific. If we come out second half or whenever, 3 and out, 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 3 and out. And you're looking like, why can't we complete a pass? Why does Jalen Hurts have 90 yards in the first half? Why do we have 100 yards in going into the fourth quarter? If it's one of those type of games and Saquon still only has 30 yards for the game, then yes. Howie Roseman, I'm looking at you because you gotta pull the switch. I know you don't want to, but this is why you get paid the money. Because clearly it's not working. And clearly you showed that you can do that with the whole Matt Patricia thing. You showed that it can be done. Now, we are taking a lot of license in saying that. Even going back to the Matt Patricia situation, because you don't know what was going on behind closed doors. Sean Desai may have said something about Jalen's mom or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying it could have been something. I don't know what it was. But for them to go outside and bring in Matt Patricia and just disrupt and turn that whole defense upside down when they weren't playing good anyways. They couldn't tackle.
Yeah.
You know what? It very similar to what we're dealing with now. Everybody wants to say that Saquon has lost the step. Saquon has got to get the game going. It's not on Saquon.
Yeah.
It's the offensive line issue. Just like back then, Sean Desai was fine. The defense couldn't tackle. So you can't blame it. You can't blame it on your defensive coordinator that the professional football players that you pay a lot of money to forgot how to tackle and wrap up and do baseline football moves that should be a prerequisite to every team in the league. That's not Sean Desai's fault. There's not enough dummy drills that you can run during practice. You either want to do it or you don't. That's why Slay got mad at Seth when he said it during that season. You either want to tackle or you don't.
Very simple.
Correct. Right now, we are in a situation a little bit different because we see the difference that Brett Toth made at center when Jeff Stoutland made the move. So what I'm looking for today is Cam Jurgens, if you are starting, once again, I got expectations, bro. And if you are not living up to the expectations now, unfortunately, and I don't want to do it because I love that man to the nth degree, I got to shift my focus to Jeff Stoutland. Because if I see it, You see it, and you watch a hell of a lot more film than I do.
He's not.
And you are an expert in your craft, sir. So you cannot tell me that you don't see what's going on.
You can't just wait.
If you leave it like it is, that's on you. Unless Brett Toth is injured and we just don't know about it.
He ain't injured. He not hurt. That man didn't. He ain't hurt.
I'm just saying.
You're right. At the end of the day, you see what's going on.
You see it.
You
gotta see it.
You see that this man is not playing well at all. In fact, he is the reason why this shit is folding on itself.
And if it's an injury, just say it and deal with the injury. Your grit,
sit him down.
Sucking it up is not working.
Sit him down. Like, stop waiting for it just to change magically. It's not going to change. He's shown you. We have a large sample size.
I saw some people in the chat. You about to say third or fourth person that said that they didn't activate Willie Lampkin.
Oh yeah, he's done for the year because of that.
Yeah.
That would frustrate me if I was Willie.
Yeah.
But
the best thing about that is he get free money.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just you. Well, listen, we've waxed poetic about it. We beat the dead horse. We know where we know the issues on the offensive line, and we cracked the code. We figured it out. It's inside out.
Yeah. Simple
as that. All right, we got our bold predictions out the way. Score predictions. What you thinking?
Score predictions. I'm looking at you know what? I think our defense is gonna remind folks who they are. Eagles 31-10.
I'm with you on the Eagles defense showing up. I don't got the Eagles putting up 30 in this game just because they haven't been able to do that much this year.
Now's the time.
So I got the Eagles winning this game. 27-16.
Okay.
27-16. That obviously means the Bears score 1 touchdown and they kick 3 field goals.
As long as we got more points, bro.
Yeah. So I got the Eagles winning this game 27-16.
I don't care if it's 21-16 and we kick 7 field goals. As long as we got more points, bro.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I feel you on that.
Kind of what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. Hold on real quick. Bring up Shannon S2M8U. He a Bears fan. Bring him up right here. His most recent comment. He's saying it'll be funny. Pull that up. Hey, Shannon. We don't fuck with y'all. This is an Eagles-based platform. We not gonna pick y'all. What you think this is, cuz? We don't believe y'all. We not gonna pick y'all. Y'all been bad longer than we been good. Like, hey, Shan, with all due respect, brother, you a Bears fan. With all due respect, you a Bears fan. Yeah, I'm having fun tonight. Or this afternoon, excuse me. Yeah, I'm having fun. Yeah, I see you. We don't believe you. You got to prove it to me. Y'all got to prove it. Simple as that.
Listen, that's why we play the game, man. You got to put it down on the field.
You're a Bears fan. Enough said. End of sentence. Point blank, period. You're a Bears fan. Y'all better hope Caleb Williams survive for your organization. Because right now, Jaden Daniels, he's trending the way I thought he would trend with that organization. And we know the Bears, y'all don't handle quarterbacks well. So just enjoy the ride. Be humble. Understand that you're in unfamiliar territory. And walk soft. Walk soft. Walk soft.
Hey, I'll tell anybody, man. After the game, you can talk your talk.
Yeah. Win the game first. Win the game first. Come and be humble.
We gotta handle it first. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. We got to play the game.
For sure.
All right, let's wrap this up. I got to get something.
I'm going to get me some Thanksgiving food. You know what I mean? Listen, y'all, we appreciate y'all. Real quick, Yesterday was a very eventful day for the NFL. 3 games. They have taken over Thanksgiving, as we all know that they have been for a very long time.
My fault for doubting my Bengals.
Yo, what?
Joe Cool was back.
Like what?
Joe Cool is back, bro.
I didn't know he'd be back this week. So I'm but still, that's embarrassing if you're the Ravens.
Yeah, I didn't think they was gonna win in Baltimore.
Yeah, exactly. Chiefs lost to the Cowboys. That was an entertaining game.
Yeah, I was angry about that.
Yeah, that one kind of blew me. And then Packers beat the Lions. Like we told you, the Lions are frauds, man. All right. Nonetheless, that's the show, you guys. We appreciate y'all. Make sure you guys subscribe to both channels. Subscribe to Pro Fan Talk. Subscribe to Chuck It Up Sports as well.
Starting at 2:45.
Okay.
So I'll be doing a live watch. So I'm telling everybody, watch the game, but have me up on your phone. So when you want to bitch, moan, and complain about Kevin Patullo's offense, you can do that in a live chat.
Sure can. Sure can. Man, we appreciate y'all so much. Again, make sure you guys lock in on Pro Fan Talks in-game stream. He does a phenomenal job at that. And so he's also been popping in on my post-game streams as well. So make sure you guys lock in on the Chuck It Up Sports post-game streams. You guys know how we give it up there. Again, subscribe and smash the like button on both Pro Fan Talk and Chuck It Up Sports. He's Markus Thomas. I'm Tony DeShields II. And this has been the Bald Eagles Podcast. Eagles Bears, Black Friday. And listen, get your gift cards ready. Get your credit cards ready. You know what I'm saying? Get your Christmas shopping done now. Because that game, man, it's going to be a knuckle dragger, man. It's going to be a brawl in Big Philly. You feel me? It's straight like that. Sir. We out of here, man. Fly Eagles fly.
Go Birds.
Philly, where the birds take flight. Eagle swag on the rise each and every night. Tone and Markus got the scoop ready to ignite. From the lanes of South Street to the Broad Street lights. Dashing like a running back, hitting every play. Blind guys in the zone, never led astray. Talking touchdowns, talking game day. Huddle around the mic, hear what they gotta say. I like an eagle soars in the sky. Tone and Markus always standing by. Bringing the heat, call it do or die. Philly squad, hear the battle cry. Fly like an eagle soars in the sky. Tone and Markus always standing by. Bringing the heat, call it do or die. Philly squad, hear the battle cry.